Greetings YouTube and welcome back to my channel. Have a look at this. Now as a motorcyclist, I'm sure seeing a road like that gets you excited. It certainly gets me excited. I'm in Pompeii, I'm heading to the Amalfi Coast. Let's have it! Sun is just coming up. I've got a sneaky feeling it's going to be a beautiful day. Everything is covered in condensation. The tent is absolutely soaked through again. My sleeping bag's soaked through because it was touching the edge of the tent. My map that was in the pocket of the tent is also wet. But let me show you where I went yesterday. It was quite a day yesterday. I started somewhere around here near Livorno and worked my way down, first of all down the coastal road, which was taking forever, so I switched to the SS1, which was a more main road, and I came down here, past Rome, all the way down here, past Naples, and then I can't find it on the map, but I'm now at Pompeii. I'm going to head down today, the Amalfi Coast. That still leaves me another 400 kilometers or so to make my way down here to Sicily by tomorrow. I've got to be in Sicily by tomorrow, otherwise I won't have time to make it all the way back. I'm thinking I might head up the east coast on the way back, still got main roads, and then head home that way. I don't know, I haven't made my mind up yet. It's too much to think about at the moment. This morning though, I'm going to check out the ruins of Pompeii after breakfast, and I'm packing everything away. I don't think I've even got time to let all the tent dry out again because it'll just take too long. And then that road awaits. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I just can't wait. Right, as you can see, everything is soaking. And I think it's going to just take too long to wait for the sun to come up and dry it all off. So I'm just going to pack it away again wet, and I'll probably be camping again tonight, and maybe tomorrow I can be a bit more relaxed about packing away. This place does breakfast. I'm going to check it out and see if I can get my laptop on charge as well, because that's about to run out of power, which will be a problem because then I can't carry on with all the YouTube work behind the scenes that needs to be done. So anyway, I better get on with it. I'm procrastinating. Well, the tent is packed away. It's soaking wet. The condensation didn't go, but the sun hasn't reached this part yet. I had a smashing breakfast at the restaurant here at Villa Giulia. Can't recommend this campsite enough. Clean, quite reasonable, great facilities, very, very friendly owner. Last night I had a pizza in Pompeii, so I'm well sorted, and according to Google Maps I have 7 minutes to get to the Pompeii ruins, which I'm sure will have a massive queue being a Saturday, and will be tourist central, but if you're here you got to see it, haven't you? And then, oh my gosh, that wiggly waggly road that Google Maps promised leading to the Amalfi Coast and then along the coast. I can't wait for that. It's going to be brilliant. Alright, there was loads and loads of traffic heading into here last night. I'm hoping it's not going to be like that again, but it now says 13 minutes. I'll be there at 9:45. Pompeii's on the signpost. And then tomorrow, if I am going to make it to Sicily, I need to make it to Sicily tomorrow, because then that is halfway through this fantastic trip. And I'll have the long slog home, which, having a quick look at Google Maps this morning, shows that I will be travelling through central Italy via Florence, which I've never seen. Whether I stop there or not, we shall see. And then through Switzerland and back will be 1,700 miles on my return, which I will have if I keep to my plan, 6 days to do it in, which, you know, by my standards, that's easy. But if the roads stay like this all the way to the ruins, happy days. So this is modern day Pompeii, and I'm heading to ancient Pompeii, which obviously is a ruin due to the fact Vesuvius buried the town in, I think, 19 feet of hot pumice and ash, killing 2,000 people in the process and preserving the town, the people, even the wooden structures, paper, everything, instantly freezing it. Ironically not freezing it at all, but freezing it in time. So the one thing I've learned, or the many things I've learned about riding or driving in Italy during this trip, is never assume the local drivers are going to give way at a roundabout, traffic lights, use the correct side of the road, not try and reverse at you off of a driveway when they can see you coming, but they'll just keep going. All those kind of things. It is a different standard of driving here, and the key thing is riding or driving very defensively. And then I've also learned, if I don't go before too long, horns will just be blaring at me. Alright, we're getting close. 750 meters it says. Well, I am really happy with where I've left the bike. It's even locked to a tree. I'm 250 meters from the entrance to the ruins. I'm not so happy about the fact I have to leave my laptop and all the GoPro stuff on the bike, but what can I do? I can't really carry it all around with me. It's all locked up nicely. Hopefully it'll all be there when I get back. If it isn't, then all record of this trip will disappear, and my ability to record anything beyond what's in on this SD card in the camera I'm using at the moment, that's it. So fingers crossed. Anyway, let's go and check this out. I'd also rather not be carrying my helmet around ideally, but I could lock it to the bike, but I just figure if anything happened and for some miracle my helmet disappeared, then I'm really stuck. So I'm going to carry it around with me. The price you pay for motorcycling, I think. That, and I'm walking around in lots of hot gear, and it's knocking on for 20 degrees now. I am not complaining though, I'm usually in the rain. Well, I've dropped the helmet off free of charge, so I don't have to carry that around. That's good. That's a hint of the ruins. and there is a big queue. So, just like being at an airport. Now, according to the internet, you can walk around quite comfortably in 2 hours and look at the ruins. You can obviously spend much longer, but 2 hours is enough time to do it justice. I think I'm going to be 2 hours in this queue. So maybe 4 hours total.
I'll take you out at the bar where I took the drink. You can sit there, go for some.
Obviously it's tourist central here, but I'm a tourist too, so what can I say? So these baths were built at the start of the 1st century BC. The engineering and the architecture is absolutely stunning. You think this is 1st century BC, and such a sophisticated way of living. Back where I come from in the UK, it wasn't like this at this time in history. I'm doing my usual out of breath thing as I walk around in all my bike gear. Apparently not that long before Vesuvius erupted, there'd been a major earthquake here, so people had evacuated and not everybody had returned. But by the time Vesuvius did decide to cover this town and bury it alive, there were still 2,000 inhabitants, men, women and children, who all perished. And to this day Vesuvius is still active, and Pompeii exists as a sprawling metropolis now. But presumably these days, if anything bad was going to happen, people would be alerted and evacuated in time, one would like to think. What's equally incredible to the stunning architecture and engineering that was carried out all those years ago is the amount of restoration that's happened. This was all buried and it's been dug out and restored to the condition it's in now. The work involved is mind-boggling. Now, I don't care what the internet says, it will take more than 2 hours to properly look around here. If these cobbles or flagstones, whatever you want to call them, could tell a story. The feet that passed over here. More amazing mosaics. What a treasure. Now it cost me 22 euros to get in here. That gives me a pass to most of the things to see. There's an 18 euro option which gives you less, and then there's a 26 euro option which gives you the full access to the site, which they say is valid for 3 days, and you'd probably need it, I'm sure. By the way, the first Sunday of each month it's free to come round, but you have to have a ticket, and apparently booking online in advance is vital. I'm guessing that's not part of the original fixings and fittings.
La carta non si utilizzava ancora, utilizzavano il papiro. La maggior parte di papiri sono stati carbonizzati.
Okay, so I've just walked to what's known as the Garden of the Fugitives. This is where the 13 bodies were found, all huddled together, buried beneath 19 feet of ash and pumice. Apparently, they are plaster casts of where they're excavated, and it's the impressions left from where the bodies were. I didn't explain that very well, but I'm sure you know what I mean. Obviously it's all behind glass. It's a very sobering reminder of the unimaginable human cost of this tourist attraction. Heartbreaking to see the bodies of children as well as the adults. Just awful. So the way they managed to take the plaster casts was like this. After the ash had solidified, encapsulating the bodies over obviously many years, the organic matter decomposed, and then when they excavated this place, there were cavities where the bodies were, almost perfect reverse moulds of the victims. So they filled it with plaster cast and then excavated around that, and we end up with this. I think it's this one that gets me, huddled in the fetal position. So this is the vineyard that those 13 unlucky souls were trying to flee through, running over an already thick blanket of pumice that had landed on the ground. They remain forever in plaster cast, and Vesuvius in the distance remains as well. The ancient Pompeii equivalent of a zebra crossing. The gaps between the stones will allow cartwheels to pass through, apparently. Well, that was quite literally amazing. I've been reacquainted with my helmet. I bought an ice cold fresh orange juice for €5. Oh, that hits the spot. I'm absolutely melting in my bike gear, but the panniers are so rammed full, there's nowhere to put this stuff. So carrying it was the only way to go forward. I'm going to head back to the bike in a moment, and then it's the Amalfi Coast and that wiggly road. I cannot wait. Now the question is the bike still there? We'll find out in just a second. I can see it. Result. Well, I think that was a good place to leave it. Right, I'm going to get myself sorted, and then it's off to the Amalfi Coast. I'm going to go via somewhere called Pianoli, I believe. which will ensure that I get that wiggly road taking me over the mountains to the sea, and then I can ride the entire length of the Amalfi Coast, and I'll probably stop for lunch somewhere as well. Can't wait. Hello. Okay, so this is the route I want to take via Pianillo, which the Nav6 doesn't think it exists. So I'm going to follow Google Maps for now. It says 1 hour 12 to get to Amalfi via Pianillo, and that is one windy road, as is that one, but this is windy too, and then I've got the coast, and then it's Sicily after that. Let's have it. And there we have a sign, Costeria Amalfi Coast. That'll be it. Oh no, it looks like the Nav 6 has started ghosting. I think I've escaped the traffic now. Let the fun begin. I've got a whole lot of ascending to do in order to get to the coast, as I've got a load of mountains to get over. Brilliant. Just brilliant. Now this road is going to be really good for my tyres. You can imagine how squared off they are, having done all these motorway miles. I'm on the same set of tyres that took me to the Sahara Desert and back in 10 days, 11 days actually. And the front tyres also taken me around the Wild Atlantic Way in Ireland. So I'm running some Michelin Aniki Wilds, which were absolutely great in the desert. Gave me as much traction as I could have possibly hoped for. Still managed to drop the bike a lot though. Check out the episodes from my Africa tour. So in the time that I've had this front tyre on, I've had a second rear tyre, and they're doing okay. I mean, they're getting pretty low now, so there's even a chance that I might have to look at getting them changed before I finish this tour. If that's the case, so be it. I'm keeping an eye on it. But it's only in the middle of the pattern that it's getting low, due to thousands and thousands of motorway miles. Anyway, this road is going to round the tyres off nicely. I know it's not showing it too much at the moment, but it's about as squiggly as it gets. So I've got to get up over these mountains and then back down the other side to the coast, which, from what I've seen, I've never been, but from what I've seen, the Amalfi Coast is absolutely stunning. I intend to stop and have lunch there, and then once I've done all the scenic stuff, I'm going to hightail it to Sicily, which was the goal of this tour. Sicily and back in 12 days. Today is day 5. Probably going to split this up into a couple of episodes. Yeah, this is going to do my tyres a world of good. It's going to round the back off again. The route on the sat-nav in front of me, but it looks amazing. Just as is this little town I'm running through. Look at those wiggly lines. Look at that. Look at that. I love it. I love it. It's a pity the compass setting on the Nav 6 doesn't include elevation. I have to go back to the road screen for it to tell me that I've got to 1,434 feet and climbing all the time. I'm having one of those moments where I turn the camera off and then I turn it back on instantly. It's just all too good. I don't want to miss anything. The bus driver very kindly let me pass. Even so, I'm not going that fast. Keep getting overtaken by cars. But it's nice not to have the bus right in front of me. And look at that view. Look at that view. Oh my gosh. Yeah, anybody who follows my channel will know I'm not a fast rider. I don't go tearing around anywhere. I try and keep safe if I possibly can. Fingers crossed it'll stay that way. Maybe that's why I've been riding for 45 years or whatever it is. I started when I was, 47 years. I think I started riding when I was 8. Off-road, on dirt bikes. And motorcycling has been my life. I do love standing up on the pegs and not being able to see the bike below me and just gliding through the countryside. It's like I'm flying. I love it. Absolutely love it. And I think I could probably say I am now on the Amalfi Coast. Having just passed through that tunnel. Well, Pianillo is beautiful. I had a sneaky suspicion it might be. Oh, we're up high. We're up high. That's the sea down there, folks. Wow. Look at that road ahead of me if you can see the sat-nav. This is what it's all about. This is what motorcycling's about. I'm going to dare to stand up for a second. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Absolutely beautiful. That made my stomach go a bit funny as I stood on the pegs. Like I say, this is going to round my tyres off nicely again. After all those motorway miles through Spain and through down the spine of Italy. Oh, I can't believe I'm riding here. It has been worth every single motorway mile to get here. It really has. Stop for a second. Look at that, folks. How beautiful is that? What stunning landscape. Look at that road. Look at that road. You gotta love this. What an utter privilege it is to be riding here today. I am so grateful to be here in this moment right now. I've ridden a lot of roads in many places over the years, and this is up there. This is probably the most spectacular one yet. I'm so lucky to be here, and I'm so glad you have joined me for the ride. It just gets more beautiful around every corner. Can you imagine living here? around that corner there was a place selling pizza and drink and stuff, and I'm gonna get a bite to eat there, I think. Just look at this. How beautiful. I've zigzagged my way down all of that cliff. Now I think this is going to be the perfect place to have lunch. As I said earlier, if it was August or July, I think it'd be rammed and I wouldn't have got a table, but I just walked straight in. I have this view. So my pizza has arrived, and this is a fitting place to end today's video. I don't think I can possibly top Pompeii or that ride here to Amalfi. So I'm going to say goodbye today. If you liked today's video, I did. If you liked today's video, please give it a great big thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one, which is just after this pizza.